November 15th, 1966, just after midnight. Point Pleasant, West Virginia, a small town on the Ohio River. Population 6,000. Coal country, steel mills, working class America. Two young couples, Roger and Linda Scarberry, Steve and Mary Millette, are driving near an abandoned World War II munitions plant locals call the TNT area. Old concrete igloos, overgrown roads, a place teenagers go to park and drink beer. They see something near one of the abandoned buildings. At first, they think it's a man, tall, maybe 7 feet. But as their headlights sweep across, they see the truth. It's not a man. It has wings, massive wings, folded against its back, gray, leathery, like a bat's. But it's standing upright, on 2 legs. Human posture, but wrong. All wrong. And the eyes. The eyes are huge, the size of tennis balls, glowing red, reflecting the headlights like an animal's, but brighter, more intense, burning red in the darkness. Linda Scarberry screams. Roger floors the accelerator. They speed away, 60, 70, 80 miles per hour down the narrow country road. The creature follows.
Not running, flying. It keeps pace with their car, wings spread, gliding effortlessly, making no sound, just those red eyes following them. They reach the city limits, Main Street, streetlights. The creature veers away, disappears into the night. Terrified, they drive straight to the police station. Deputy Millard Halstead takes their report. He's skeptical. Teenagers, late night, probably drinking. But they're sober, they're coherent, and they're genuinely terrified. The next day, a local newspaper reporter coins a name for the creature, inspired by a Batman villain that was popular at the time. The Mothman.
It's classified.
That was the first sighting. It wouldn't be the last. Over the next 13 months, more than 100 people would report seeing the Mothman. And then, on December 15, 1967, the Silver Bridge collapsed. 46 people died. Some say the Mothman was a warning, a harbinger of the disaster to come. Others say it caused the collapse, and some say it never existed at all. This is the story of the Mothman. Point Pleasant, West Virginia, 1966, a town on edge. Not because of the Mothman, not yet, but because of the times. The Cold War is at its peak, Vietnam is escalating, civil rights protests, assassinations. America feels unstable. Point Pleasant is blue-collar, conservative, religious. In towns like this, strange things don't happen. Life is predictable. Church on Sunday, work at the plant, Friday night football. Until the Mothman.
November 16th. The newspaper publishes the Scarberry Millette sighting. Couples see man-sized bird, creature, something. The article is half mocking, but it spreads. That night, more sightings, multiple witnesses, different locations, all describing the same thing. Gray skin, massive wings, glowing red eyes. November 17th. A woman named Marcella Bennett is visiting friends at the TNT area with her infant daughter. As they pull up, a figure rises from behind a parked car, gray, winged, eyes glowing red. She freezes. The creature stares at her. She describes feeling paralyzed, hypnotized, like the eyes were looking into her soul. Her friend screams. The spell breaks. They run into the house, lock the doors, call the police. When officers arrive, they find nothing. But Marcella is so traumatized she drops her baby while running and has to be treated for shock. November 18th. 2 volunteer firefighters, Paul Yoder and Benjamin Enochs, are driving near the TNT area. A huge winged figure flies overhead, eyes like red reflectors. They report it immediately. November 20th. 6 teenagers see it standing in a field. It spreads its wings, 10 feet across, and flies straight up, vertically. No running start, just launches into the air. November 24th. 4 men working at the TNT plant see it. One of them is a Korean War veteran. He says it's no bird, no animal he's ever seen. Something else. By the end of November, dozens of sightings, all around Point Pleasant, mostly near the TNT area, mostly at night, always the same description: 7 feet tall, gray, wings, red eyes. The police are flooded with reports. They patrol the TNT area, find nothing. Abandoned buildings, concrete igloos, overgrown trees, but no creature, no physical evidence.
Skeptics say it's mass hysteria. One sighting triggered copycat reports, people seeing owls or cranes and imagining wings, red eyes from car headlights reflecting off animals. But the witnesses are credible. Factory workers, firefighters, housewives, teenagers, over 100 people, all describing the exact same thing. December 1966, a man named John Keel arrives in Point Pleasant. He's a journalist and ufologist. He's investigating UFO sightings in the area, because there are UFO sightings too. Lights in the sky, strange craft. The Mothman is just one part of a larger wave of strangeness. Keel interviews dozens of witnesses. He becomes convinced something genuine is happening, not mass hysteria, real encounters. But with what? Here's where it gets stranger. Many Mothman witnesses also report UFOs, men in black suits visiting after sightings, strange phone calls, poltergeist activity in their homes. Keel theorizes the Mothman isn't a biological creature. It's paranormal, interdimensional, connected to the UFO phenomenon, a manifestation of something beyond our understanding. Through December 1966 and into 1967, sightings continue. Some nights, multiple witnesses see it. Other nights, nothing. It's unpredictable, random, but always around Point Pleasant, always near the TNT area and the Silver Bridge. The Silver Bridge, a suspension bridge connecting Point Pleasant, West Virginia to Gallipolis, Ohio, built in 1928, carries U.S. Route 35 over the Ohio River. Thousands of cars cross it every day. Some witnesses report seeing the Mothman on the bridge, standing on the cables, perched on the towers, watching the traffic below. One witness, Woodrow Derenberger, claims to have been contacted telepathically. The entities, he says there are multiple, are trying to warn people. Something bad is coming. Something terrible. But warn them of what?
December 15th, 1967, 5 p.m., rush hour. The Silver Bridge is packed. Cars heading home from work. Christmas shopping. It's 2 weeks before Christmas. The weather is cold, gray, normal December in West Virginia. The bridge is doing what it's done for 39 years, carrying traffic over the Ohio River. Something happens on the bridge. No one is quite sure what. Witnesses report hearing a sound, a crack, a groan, metal under stress. Some drivers feel the bridge sway, vibrate. Something's wrong. 5:05 p.m. Without warning, the Silver Bridge collapses. Not gradually, not section by section, all at once. The entire span, 1,460 feet, drops into the Ohio River in less than 1 minute. 37 vehicles, 64 people, all plunging into the freezing river, 40 feet down. The water is 39 degrees Fahrenheit. Survivors describe it as surreal. One moment, traffic is normal. The next, the road disappears. The bridge is falling. Cars tumbling, screaming, splashing. Then, silence. The frigid water is as deadly as the fall. Hypothermia sets in within minutes. Some people drown, trapped in their cars. Others make it to the surface, but die before rescue boats arrive. Emergency services rush to the scene. Boats launch. Divers enter the water.
But it's dark, cold, chaotic. Many victims are unreachable, trapped underwater. The current is strong. By nightfall, the death toll is clear. 46 people dead. 2 bodies are never recovered. The National Transportation Safety Board investigates. Their conclusion? A single eye-bar in a suspension chain failed. The eye-bar had a tiny manufacturing defect, a 0.1-inch crack. Over 39 years, stress from traffic caused it to grow. On December 15th, during rush hour, with the bridge fully loaded, it snapped. 1 eye-bar, 1 failure. The entire bridge collapsed.
46 lives lost. Families destroyed. 2 weeks before Christmas. Point Pleasant, population 6,000, loses nearly 1% of its residents in seconds. And then people remember the Mothman. Over 100 sightings, 13 months of reports. Many witnesses saw it on the Silver Bridge, perched on the towers, watching. Woodrow Derenberger's warning, something bad is coming. The Mothman disappeared after the bridge collapse. No more sightings. It was gone. Was it a warning? A harbinger trying to alert people to the danger? Or did it cause the collapse somehow? Was it drawn to the impending disaster, feeding on the death to come? Or was it just coincidence, a flap of paranormal sightings that happened to occur before an unrelated structural failure? So what was the Mothman? Decades of investigation, books, documentaries, movies, theories abound. Theory 1, misidentified bird, specifically a sandhill crane. Sandhill cranes are large birds, 5 feet tall, 6-foot wingspan, gray plumage. They migrate through West Virginia in winter, and their eyes can appear red in headlight reflection. In 1966, sandhill cranes were rare in West Virginia, but not impossible. A lost crane, wandering near the TNT area, could explain some sightings. But cranes don't fly at 100 miles per hour, keeping pace with cars. They don't stand 7 feet tall. And over 100 witnesses, many with hunting and outdoors experience, all misidentifying a crane for 13 months? Skeptics find this plausible. Believers find it insufficient. Theory 2, barn owl.
Barn owls are large, white faces, can appear humanoid, silent flight, eyes reflect red in certain light, common in rural West Virginia. Same problems. Owls don't stand 7 feet tall, don't have 10-foot wingspans, don't chase cars at highway speeds. Theory 3, mass hysteria triggered by the initial sighting. The Scarberry Mollett report started a panic. Suggestible people, primed by the newspaper article, started seeing the Mothman everywhere. Owls became monsters. Shadows became wings. Mass delusion. Mass hysteria is real, well documented. Salem witch trials, dancing plague, War of the Worlds radio broadcast. Communities can collectively hallucinate. The witnesses are diverse, different ages, different backgrounds, different locations. Many sightings were multiple witnesses simultaneously. Physical effects, Marcella Bennett's shock, lasting trauma. That's not typical of mass hysteria. Theory 4, government experiment. The TNT area was a World War II munitions plant, top secret, closed in 1945, but never fully decommissioned. What if the military was testing something? An aircraft? A surveillance drone? A biological experiment? 1966 to 67, Vietnam War, Cold War paranoia. Military testing was common. Project Blue Book, MK Ultra. The government was capable of anything. No evidence, no documents declassified. The technology for a 7-foot flying humanoid drone didn't exist in 1966,
And why would they test it in public, scaring civilians?
Theory 5. John Keel's theory. Interdimensional entity. Keel believed the Mothman wasn't a physical creature. It was paranormal, a manifestation, connected to UFO sightings, men in black, precognitive visions. It exists between dimensions. It appears during times of crisis. It's drawn to death. The Mothman wasn't alone. UFO sightings, poltergeist reports, strange phone calls, prophetic dreams. Point Pleasant was experiencing a window of paranormal activity. The Mothman was one part of it. Keel believed the Mothman was trying to warn people about the bridge collapse. It appeared at the bridge. Multiple witnesses saw it on the towers. Derenberger received telepathic warnings. But humans don't understand. We see a monster, we panic, we miss the message. When the bridge collapsed, the Mothman's job was done. It vanished. Theory 6. We don't know. Maybe it was a crane. Maybe it was mass hysteria. Maybe it was something genuinely unknown. The Mothman sightings are well documented. Over 100 witnesses, credible people, but no physical evidence, no photos, no bodies, no specimens. Whatever happened in Point Pleasant 1966-67, we can't prove it. We can only listen to the witnesses and wonder. Point Pleasant today is known for two things: the Silver Bridge tragedy and the Mothman. 1975, John Keel publishes the Mothman Prophecies. It becomes a cult classic. Paranormal investigators read it religiously. The Mothman enters popular culture. 2002, The Mothman Prophecies, starring Richard Gere, Hollywood dramatization, took liberties but introduced millions to the story. 2003, Point Pleasant unveils a Mothman statue, 12 feet tall, stainless steel, muscular humanoid, huge wings, red LED eyes. It becomes a tourist attraction. Every September, Point Pleasant hosts the Mothman Festival. Thousands attend. Vendors, speakers, costume contests, the Mothman Museum, tour of the TNT area. The Mothman saved Point Pleasant economically. When coal declined and manufacturing left, tourism filled the gap. The town that lost 46 people to tragedy embraced the monster that warned them.
Mothman-like creatures reported elsewhere. Chicago, 2017, dozens of sightings of a large winged humanoid. Chernobyl, 1986, reports before the nuclear disaster. 9/11, some claim winged figures were seen before the attacks. Is the Mothman a recurring harbinger? Does it appear before disasters, or do people retrofit sightings to tragedy after the fact? True believers see patterns. Mothman appears, disaster follows. It's trying to warn us. We need to listen. Skeptics see pareidolia, pattern-seeking brains, confirmation bias. We remember hits, forget misses. Owls and cranes become legends. But for the people of Point Pleasant, especially survivors and families of victims, the Mothman is complicated. Some blame it, curse it, see it as an omen of death. Others embrace it, a guardian that tried to warn them, a unique part of their history. And some ignore it, focus on the real tragedy, 46 people who died when a bridge failed. That's the story, not the monster. So what was the Mothman? Probably a sandhill crane, or a barn owl, or multiple sightings of different animals that got conflated into one monster. Mass hysteria amplified by newspaper coverage and Cold War paranoia. The Silver Bridge collapse? Structural failure, an engineering tragedy, not supernatural. Just a 39-year-old bridge with a microscopic defect that grew over decades until it catastrophically failed during rush hour. But that doesn't explain everything. Over 100 witnesses, credible people, many multiple witness sightings,
Detailed descriptions that don't match any known animal. Physical effects on witnesses. The precision of the timing. 13 months of sightings ending the day the bridge collapsed. And the pattern. Chicago sightings before tragedy. Chernobyl reports. Other disasters. If it's coincidence, it's persistent coincidence. John Keel asked, what if there are things we don't understand? Things between dimensions, things drawn to human suffering or trying to prevent it, things we glimpse briefly before they vanish. We map 100% of Earth's surface with satellites. We know every species, or so we think, but 95% of the ocean is unexplored. Most of Earth's caves unknown, vast forests, deep wilderness. What if there are creatures we've missed? Rare, nocturnal, intelligent enough to hide. Linda Scarberry, the first witness, stood by her story until her death in 2020. She saw something. She never doubted it. She spent 54 years living with the memory of those red eyes. Marcella Bennett, traumatized that
What
night
in the world is that thing?
1966,
It's coming right at us.
never
Everyone
fully
stay alert.
recovered.
I see it.
The
Get ready.
fear stayed with her. That wasn't mass hysteria. That was real terror. 46 people died on the Silver Bridge. 2 were never found. Their bodies rest somewhere in the Ohio River.
Every December 15th, Point Pleasant holds a memorial service, reads the names, rings a bell 46 times. The Mothman Festival is fun, tourism, revenue, but the tragedy is real. The dead are real. So was the Mothman real? Was it a warning? A prophecy? A harbinger of doom? Or was it just a bird and the bridge collapsed because metal fails and humans need patterns even when there are none? Stand by the Ohio River at night, in Point Pleasant, near where the bridge once stood. Look up at the darkness, and if you see 2 red eyes looking back, run. The Mothman, Point Pleasant, West Virginia, November 1966 to December 1967. Over 100 sightings, 46 deaths, 1 legend. And somewhere out there, in the darkness, maybe it's watching, waiting, warning us of the next disaster we won't see coming.